Why, hello there, everyone.
Hello, question mark?
I know. I don't know. I don't know if there's something going on with YouTube chat or if it's just my PC, but I see like 4 messages in YouTube chat. And I don't
Yeah,
know if
which
that's
is
just on
weird.
my end or if YouTube chat is just dead. I don't
Now what
know.
about on Twitch? Are we getting any from
Oh
Twitch?
yeah, we got I Twitch I can see fantastic. I
Okay,
can see
I mean, we're
everything
getting,
from Twitch
like
perfect. We're getting
yeah, but we're getting, like,
bits
questions
and
and stuff like that?
yep,
Oh,
mhm,
okay. Oh, okay, alright, so that's
yeah.
At first, I thought it was, like, both sound like I thought it was
No,
like, "Yeah, there's only 4." Like, "Well, okay, we can ramble, we can fill dead air," but it's like, "Oh, so it's mainly just YouTube." But, yeah, no, that's very, very weird. Well, it might just be a very Twitch-heavy day, we'll see.
yeah, okay, yeah, no, YouTube chat isn't doing too great, yeah, it's YouTube. Alright, I'm so sorry, YouTube.
Maybe can we I just realized if people should we say just on our social? I mean, I don't know how we would get a crowd. Maybe we just say Wayflow or whatever, but just say, hey, if you can't contact us on YouTube, go to Twitch. Maybe for the Q&A.
Eh, I mean, if they're
I
watching
mean, I
it,
guess
they should be able to hear us say Twitch.
yeah. Oh, that's right. They can watch it, but they can't send
Yeah, I tried
super
to
chats,
chat
right?
as
Okay.
Channel Awesome earlier, and it just is not showing up.
Okay. All right.
And
So okay.
also,
Well then, so YouTube can watch it. They just can't probably send messages right now.
your guess is
Correct.
as good as mine.
Okay, that's what I'm getting. So, okay, YouTube, if you can watch this, you're not able to send chat for whatever reason. Yeah, just go over to Twitch.
Twitch.
You got a Twitch account there. Yeah, just do them there. Yeah. So sorry about that. We don't know what's going on there.
Yeah. Yeah. It'll be like the old days when it was
Yeah.
just
Right.
just on Twitch. All right. Well, sorry for the long intro here, everyone, because we don't know quite what's going on with the YouTube or YouTube chat or what's going on with that. But hi. Comments are turned on, so I don't know. I don't know either way, Flo. I think it's just a YouTube thing. It's got to be YouTube. There's nothing we can
Yeah,
do.
it's gotta
And
be.
shutting down stream and restarting, I don't think is going to be an issue or is going to be more of an issue that isn't
Hmm.
going to be resolved. I didn't say that well because I'm trying to read 5 things at once. But
No, that makes sense. Doing better than I could, man.
anyway, let's get over to the rules here so that we can start answering these questions.
Yes, indeed.
First and foremost, we give priority to the bit messages and super chats since that is some real world money spent. Towards the end of streams, sometimes we have time for regular chat questions or highlighted questions over on Twitch. But please save those for the end of stream and do not repeat yourself over and over again. You can get timed out or even banned if you're going to continuously do that. So just don't. Watch the length of your questions, everyone. The longer it is, the faster I have to read it, the more likely it is that we do not have time to figure out what you're trying to say. So short and to the point is better. If you absolutely must break up your comment or question into multiple parts, please keep it to 3 absolute max. Again, we don't have time to figure out how part 7 related to part 1 and where you're going and how this all ties together. So 3 absolute max, please. Please no spoilers. Not everyone has had a chance to see the latest and greatest of everything that came out recently. So short or not. Wow, sorry, I'm so distracted. I'm trying to read like 3 things at once.
I get it. I get it. So please,
uh,
no spoilers on
no
that, and no
spoilers.
swearing to me.
No swearing to you. Maybe, probably. I don't know.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, maybe it doesn't matter. Who knows?
Yeah, Waveflow did say that Down Detector is showing issues for live streaming on YouTube. So, you know what? It's just going to be a Twitch heavy day today. Hopefully y'all can still watch the VOD on YouTube though. So, at least there's that. I feel like I've missed a rule.
Probably,
But
I
don't
think
know
we're
what it
good.
is.
I can't remember what it is. So.
Okay. Great.
I
Fantastic.
don't remember, so you'll have to, or maybe we just both won't.
Yeah. Alexander, thank you for the 500 bits. Have you watched the recent Netflix miniseries Black Rabbit? Jason Bateman plays against type and works well off of Jude Law. I highly recommend it.
I don't think so. Let me see. 2025 crime. No, I don't even think I've heard of it. I'll try and check it out.
Will, thank you for the 500 bits. This is part one of two. Mike Myers initially pitched Universal a movie version of his SNL sketch Sprockets. However, he decided not to go any further with it because he didn't like the script and wasn't sure how to fix it.
Good to know. I mean, we've seen him in projects where he was okay with the script, and sometimes they haven't turned out that great. So, I guess someone could be wrong, but given the SNL movies, that was probably a good choice.
Movie Mike, thank you for the 500 bits. Fun fact about Toy Story 2. Originally, new Buzz was gonna be in just one scene where Buzz met him and had a brief conversation. They realized how much material there was and made it a whole subplot.
Yeah, no, I love that. I think I even said most movies would stop there. They just make it a joke, which even then, that'd be fine. But the fact that they did keep going with it and just the humor got better and better and better, yeah, just really, really cracked me up.
Alexander, thank you for the 500 bits. What are your thoughts on the dark comedy film Nurse Betty?
I didn't like it. The idea's good, but maybe I gotta see it again. But I just remember it being really awkward, and that guy's films honestly are kind of like that. I don't usually get into him. This is a guy who did like Wicker Man, the classic, but he also did what was the other one? Election, which I thought was a very kind of awkward movie. I'm sure there's like one or two good ones that he's done, but yeah, most of the times I just remember them being like really kind of not just awkward, but kind of off-putting too. And they usually have really good ideas. There's just something really like not fun to watch about them, which sometimes can be good. But like for a comedy, I liked our comedies, and this was just like it felt like it was taking itself too seriously sometimes, which was very strange. So yeah, but I haven't seen it since it came out, so maybe I could watch it again and like it, but I don't remember really getting into it.
Will, thank you for the 500 bits. This is part two of two. That led to both parties suing each other. They settled that out of court. One of the stipulations of the settlement was that Mike Myers owed Universal a movie role. The movie to fulfill his obligation became Cat in the Hat.
Okay, it's funny. I thought I remember something about a Sprocket movie being discussed, and then they pulled out, and there was some sort of back and forth about it. I didn't know the makeup movie was a Cat in the Hat, though. That's really interesting. Yeah, no, I did not know that.
I see someone already commented on YouTube that YouTube is broken again. Yes, it is broken and there's nothing I can do to fix it, but you can come over to twitch.tv/channelawesome if you would like to be in the live stream chat over there. Alexander, thank you for the 500 bits. What are your thoughts on the film Reversal of Fortune, starring Jeremy Irons and Glenn Close?
I don't think I've seen that, huh? Reversal of Fortune. Yeah, I've never seen this. I don't even know if I've heard of it. Yep, I am not aware. You know what? I know it for one scene because back in the day, a lot of like talk shows would play this. There's a scene in there where Jeremy Irons, in his most Jeremy Irons way, he's talking to a guy outside of a car. He just goes, "You have no idea," and everybody would play those two back to back with Scar saying, "You have no idea." And they sound like it's the same tempo and everything. So I do remember that bit from it, but everything else about it I haven't seen.
JL, thank you for the 500 bits. I thought Toy Story 2 was pretty good for a sequel. I liked the two Buzzes going off at each other. My only complaint was the other Buzz didn't go with the other toys at the end.
But what would they do having two Buzzes around the whole time? And he's got to catch up with his dad. He's got his dad he has to catch up with, man. So I don't know. I thought that was a beautiful ending.
Batlord, thank you for the $5 super chat. Hi, Doug. Just as an idea, what ideas do you think Toy Story 3 could have worded within your own thoughts? Not to diss on Toy Story 3, it's great.
I don't know. I think the ending makes sense. Like that is the direction it should go. Um, like it's a good setup. Like having a Ken in there and giving Barbie a bigger role. That's great fun. Having a kind of like an escape movie is not bad. I don't know. There's just sometimes the visual layout of it could be better. I don't remember it being a particularly like appealing film to look at. I remember like a lot of green and yellow and shadows. Like it was kind of ugly to look at a lot of the time. And I remember the jokes could have been tweaked a little bit more. Like they weren't bad, but just again for Toy Story, I feel like they could have been amped up. Um, but again, it is a good movie. I do like it. It's the direction the films should go. It should have stopped there. Um, it did its job, well. But I will say, out of the original three, it's probably my least favorite. But I think you got to say, you know what? They went all the way with what they started introducing in the second one, and at a time where they really wouldn't do that. A lot of, especially a kids' film trilogy, wouldn't end that way. So, I mean, just on that level, you gotta say, okay, mad props for doing that.
Blonde Adult, thank you for the 500 bits. Hey Doug, when's Randy Newman gonna do the new Nostalgia Critic intro song? Nostalgia Critic, he's gonna do a review. Why he thinks it's funny, we don't have a clue. Nostalgia Critic, his head is so bald, and there's that video game guy. I forget what he's called. I improvised, obviously.
I mean, so is Randy Newman. He actually writes the songs. No, he just makes it up as he's playing the piano, right?
I was frozen today.
It would be funny if I just one day do. I mean, the intro is a lot shorter now, but just having that's Randy. Yeah, there might be something funny there.
Movie Mike, thank you for the 500 bits. Fun fact about Toy Story. During the first meeting the makers had with Tom Hanks, he asked them, "You're not gonna make me sing, are you?" So it's funny how in Toy Story 2, they did make him sing.
Yeah, I mean, but again, it's a Randy Newman song. You don't have to actually sing in a Randy Newman song. You got a friend in me. You got a friend in me. That's how they all go. You don't have to actually sing. Maybe that's why so many people like him. Anyone can sing these songs.
Haunted Joker, thank you for the 500 bits. Saturdays, I like to imbibe my medical marijuana and watch a movie. Want to guess last Saturday's animated feature? Yes, sir, what you need is a guaranteed bona fide log puller. Yes, a log puller will help you pull that log to the dam. It's yours, friend, if you just get it off her. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. They want you to guess.
Oh, you know what? At first, I'm like, what is that? What is that? I'm like, I think I know. I think it's Lady and the Tramp.
Yes, they said if he doesn't get it, tell Doug it's Lady and the Tramp.
Oh, there you go.
That's why I stopped reading, because I was like, okay.
To be fair, when I was a kid, they had like the Disney Channel when they were looking for filler. They would just show a scene from like a classic Disney movie, and that was the scene from Lady and the Tramp. They would just show like the whole bit. So I think as a kid and on VHS, and I think that scene played a lot because it was with all the other Saturday morning cartoons.
Larry Lester, thank you for the 500 bits. Episode idea. Critic can review Seinfeld episodes, The Keys, and The Trips Part 1 and 2, and pretend it's the Seinfeld movie.
I guess I could. Yeah, no, I don't see a ton of possibilities with that, but that's a nice thing about YouTube. Well, usually YouTube is that you can upload anything and see, and usually you can see comments and people can comment on. But yeah, that's a nice thing. You're like, if I'm not interested in it, somebody else could do it. I mean, you could literally just make it yourself too. So yeah, if it's something you have a vision of, go ahead and try it.
And also YouTube, once again, we do know there's live stream chat issues that we cannot control. It's on YouTube's end. So if you are having issues and you're feeling frustrated, feel free to drop on over to twitch.tv/channelawesome. I'm just saying we're also live there. Please don't demonetize us, Mr. YouTube. Serpent King, thank you for the 500 bits. I give you the pen for a Maleficent-focused story/movie. Unlimited budget, choice of style and tone. What do you do?
Man, well, you keep her evil.
No,
yeah, man.
the people don't want that.
Right, they don't want that. No, I mean, I think the idea of starting with her backstory is not bad. I would probably start off with her still like a bad sea, like her name is Maleficent, and she's from like whatever the dark side, the evil castle. You get to see like whatever her mother, her father, whatever uh spawned her, all that stuff. And maybe there's like a maybe like the kingdom, like the king and queen or something like that, like start to offer friendship, and maybe she starts to like them, but then like something happens that just causes a rift, and yeah, ultimately she has to go, evil again by the end. But like you don't even see Sleeping Beauty or anything like that, at that time. You just make it a full straight on prequel. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see. Like, and again, I feel like they're starting to have seeds of that in there because she like befriends someone that's going to be the king and everything. But yeah, you got to go all the way. You got to keep her evil. You got to have it end at the point when Sleeping Beauty is born and stuff like that. And that's just off the top of my head, though. I mean, literally having no time to think of it.
Alexander, thank you for the 500 bits. Who was your favorite character in each season of The White Lotus?
Well, I mean, the first two, it's what the hell's her name? Jennifer Coolidge. I mean, that's just she's great in that. Although I did actually like Aubrey Plaza quite a bit in the second season. And the yeah, there's 3 seasons, right? Yeah. In the third season, let me see, probably the masseuse. I think I was probably the most interested in her story. Yeah, I guess I'll go with that. But man, so many of those characters are so good. That's not to like, diss the other character. I mean, they're all just so great. So yeah, I really, really enjoy that series quite a bit.
Movie Mike, thank you for the 500 bits. How would you rank the 5 main characters in Gravity Falls? Dipper, Mabel, Stan, Seuss, and Wendy.
Probably Stan first, then Mabel. Then I'll say Dipper. I'll say Wendy, then Seuss. Seuss probably gets a few more laughs, but just in terms of the story, there's a little bit more you could do with Wendy. So I guess I'll have that be the order.
CJ Noel, thank you for the 500 bits. For Avengers Month, will you go into a week in April to review Civil War, since that's basically Avengers 2.5?
No, but I do make references to that quite a bit when I do Age of Ultron, because I found out watching it again, that's the first time they mentioned Wakanda in there. And I'm like, oh, the things we're going to do with that? Oh, no. We do that in the actual Avengers too when I show Civil War. So, yeah, I do make a joke about that.
Fat Lord, thank you for the $5 super chat. Hello, recently watches Seven for the first time. What are your thoughts on it?
I like it. It's one of those movies I feel like maybe it was ruined for me because everybody was talking about it. So the big surprise ending and everything, I was kind of like, well, I already kind of knew the direction it was going. So I like it. It's still a good flick. I don't think I ever quite had the obsession over it other people did. And I do have a thing where I like Kevin Spacey as a comedic actor. As a dramatic actor, I kind of go back and forth with him on that. I feel like there's way too much of an awareness of his performance. So it's just always this smugness no matter what. And it kind of feels, I don't know, it feels like a performance every time I'm watching him. Where with comedy, you can get away with that a little bit more. In drama, sometimes it can be pretty distracting. But it is good. It's a good flick. I'm not gonna say don't check it out. But yeah, I don't think I quite got into as much as everyone else did.
Treg, thank you for the 500 bits. Hi, Doug. Are you a fan of Bill Plimpton? I think his surreal animation and dark humor would be something you might like. I'd love to know your favorite film of his if you are a fan.
I want to make sure it's the one I think Bill Plimpton. Yeah. Oh, I love his style. So I know he's done films, but they're, he really does shine in shorts. I think that's, where he really, really, just can experiment and do whatever he wants. Like I'm struggling to remember the films. I remember one, something like I Can't Believe Who I Married or something like that. Which again, it's pure nonsense. It's like there is technically a story, but it's mainly, just an excuse to have all this weird imagery happen. And I feel like there's a better way to do that in films, especially in animation, than what they did. But it's still fun. It still is great animation. But yeah, I think he really thrives in short subjects. Yeah, I'm sure on YouTube there's like, I haven't looked them up. I'm sure those videos are doing very well because yeah, a lot of people would just check him out, and be like, "What is this?" So yeah, no, he does awesome work.
Sean49 Doctor, thank you for the 500 bits. Hey Heather, as a Doctor Who fan, I've been meaning to ask, do you have a favorite version of the Master? I still have a soft spot for Roger Delgado and Anthony Ainley from the classic series. I haven't watched the classic series. Oh my gosh, I'm even trying to remember. I really like when Missy is the Master. I think I really found a lot of like fun in the way that she played with the idea that she was of being the Master. I think Missy might be my favorite from the new series. But there are a couple of really good ones. But yeah, no, I think I'm gonna go with Missy. Strider for Life, thank you for the did we lose Doug? Oh, there you are. You froze and it looked like you had no face. It was like
Whoa.
your eyes
Here, hold
were
on.
closed and it was like,
Where'd I go? Where's my face?
things are not in our favor today.
Oh, I guess not.
Strider for Life, thank you for the 500 bits. Hi Doug, any chance of you adding the Punisher show to Disney-cember?
All of those shows, a lot of them I started and I just didn't finish. And it's one of those where it's like, yeah, I probably should get to those and, watch all those. And there's surprisingly quite a few. What team do they end up forming again? Jessica Jones and Daredevil and stuff. I forget.
Oh my gosh. Oh my
Like,
gosh, that's gonna Defenders. Thank you, chat.
Defenders. That was it. I was gonna say Descendants. I'm like, I don't think that's
literally
it.
have a Defenders shirt.
But so I should, because I was liking those shows quite a bit. The only one I heard that wasn't good was the Iron Fist. Was that the name of the one where a lot of people were saying that wasn't that great? But all the others I started and really enjoyed. So I should sit down and watch them, because a lot of them are only like 10 episodes a season. So yeah, I should definitely give it a chance.
Baron Wolfgang Wellington, thank you for the 500 bits. Would you ever consider doing a top 11 good things about the Avatar films, in the same vein as the one you did on the Star Wars prequels?
I don't know if there's 11. I'm sorry. I am just a die-hard cynic on those movies. My mind is completely closed. Mm-hmm. I am a diehard hater of those movies. Even when I start to open up to them a little bit, I'm like, yeah, like the technology's kind of... I mean, it always comes back to that. It's the technology. It's the look. And even then, I just feel like there's cooler worlds out there, and there's cooler, like, things have been created and explored, and it's just not an interesting world to dive into. It's a great theme park ride. That's why whenever I go back to Disney, I'm very excited to ride that as a theme park ride. That's where I think it belongs. I don't get why, if you're gonna do a movie, why not actually make a movie and not a Saturday morning cartoon stretch out, to like 3 hours? Because I don't know, that just says to me, well, we don't need to treat you like adults. Like, yeah, you do. I mean, maybe you don't. They always make a bunch of money, but at the same time, I know why people enjoy them. They enjoy them because they find it relaxing. They like that world and the 3D and everything. So it's like, I do get it. It's just the stuff in there that irks me just really irks me. I think it comes from years of growing up in those, those Saturday mornings, those after school specials, and just being bombarded with them. And there's so many things in the passage of time where it's like, oh, I thought I had to put up with this trope, whatever, in the 80s, 90s, 2000, whatever. And they pass, and we look back and we laugh at how ridiculous they are. And it's like, oh, but for some reason, this one in Avatar, we're totally okay with. I'm like, no, we almost squashed them all. So yeah, that's I guess that's a very long-winded way of saying probably not.
Movie Mike, thank you for the 500 bits. In Gravity Falls, what do you think of everything having to do with Dipper's crush on Wendy? I mostly liked it, but the first season spent a little too much time on it.
Yeah, I probably be more okay with it if they got more comedy out of it. Because I mean, again, it is one of those things where it's like, okay, it is a kid show, but it really is written just as much for the adults as the kids. And when you start that setup, it's like, well, you know where it's going to go, rather where it's not going to go, right? I mean, you know, it can't go in one direction. There's only one conclusion you can get to with that. So the comedy has to be really, really good. And the comedy was just all right. You know, it's very kind of hit and miss. So, yeah, it was one of the weaker elements in the show whenever I watched it, because whenever they try to go really serious with it, I'm like, well, what's the point? We know where this is gonna go. We know what the character is gonna learn. So why are we treating it this dramatically? Like you said, spending so much time. But there were some good laughs with it. I like when he time travels and she's a lot younger than him and she has a crush on him, and he's like, oh, that's funny. I thought that was a good laugh.
Comicus, thank you for the 500 bits. Hey Doug, even if there's no upcoming movies, would you still want to live stream more Mario and Sonic games?
Oh yeah. I mean, there's a ton of games I love to play. It's just the job keeps me really, really busy. And I missed a lot of them. You know, like I said, I think after like the GameCube came out, I just missed a whole bunch of games. So yeah, I love to catch up on all this. I'm having a great time playing them too.
Tiger Ethan, thank you for the 500 bits. In my headcanon, the story of Margaret's folks in AYT God It's Me Margaret is the real The Notebook. The movie even had Rachel McAdams and her disapproving parents.
You know, I never did see The Notebook. I did see Love Actually. Finally, you know, there's always like these not polarizing uh rom-coms or romantic films, I should say. And those two are big ones. And Love Actually, for the most part, I like fine. You just, I think you can't take it too seriously. But I think it very much advertises that everyone's going to have kind of its different tone. The Notebook I haven't seen, and I probably know more people that don't like it than like it, but I should check it out because I am curious to form my own opinions on it. But that film you're talking about, the what was it again? The Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret, right? Is that
Yeah,
the
yeah,
one?
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good movie.
Jimmy Two Shoes, thank you for the 500 bits. Rank these sequels to never ending animated franchises: Toy Story 2, Kung Fu Panda 2, Shrek 2.
Hmm. Man, that's rough. A part of me wants to put what am I saying? Toy Story 2 first, because that was kind of like the original CG sequel that sort of said, "Hey, you can actually evolve this. You don't have to do the same thing again." Um, yeah, I guess I'll say that. And then just on like again, just for what it has and how much it throws at you and how much comedy it has and everything too, I probably would say Kung Fu Panda 2 and then Shrek 2, even though Shrek 2 is the funniest out of all those movies. I feel like just in terms of like what the film is trying to be and how effective it is, and it just gets across a lot of like heavy emotions and comedy. I mean, just how well balanced it is. I would probably put Toy Story 2 and Kung Fu Panda 2 ahead of that.
Samuel, thank you for the 1,000 bits. No question. I just want to say, Doug, you're awesome, funny, and you've gotten me through some tough times. So thank you for remembering it so I don't have to.
Oh, it's so kind of you to say. Thank you so much.
Marine, thank you for the $10 super chat. Would you consider doing a special on the TGIF block? It was sort of like the Disney afternoon, starting with Full House and ending with Sabrina the Teenage Witch. Sort of.
I I would love to. Since I got hit with the chronic fatigue, those are pretty much out of the question now. I've had to really cut my workload down a lot, and we were talking about not Toonami. It was the next one. Adult Swim was the next one we were talking
Yeah.
about doing, and then yeah, I wanted to do TGIF after that, but it, it's just not going to happen because even when I was at full health, full capacity, they took a really, really long time to do. Like I had to work on weekends to get that done and everything, and I I'm just not able to now. So one of these days I might release just all those combined, though. I probably should, because and it is kind of cool keeping it. I think it's a trilogy, right? Aren't there? There's Disney Afternoon, Fox Kids, Kids WB. Oh, and Toonami. Okay, so there's 4. Well, still more material then, more content. That's what the internet's all about. So, yeah, probably not, but we have thought about it.
JL, thank you for the 600 bits. I also feel like Toy Story 3 should have been the end if they wanted to do more series, then why not a TV series instead of all these sequels similar to Monsters Inc.?
Well, I have no problem. Again, if they did Toy Story 4, but they just called it Woody the Cowboy. Or again, Toy Story 5, they just called it Jessie the Cowgirl. Frozen 2, call it Elsa. Just make it about them. You don't have to cram in all the other characters. Then they clearly want to tell this one story, which is fine. Why not go that route? And then the one time they actually get the idea, like a good idea to do that, they make it really bad with Lightyear. And it's just like, dang it, you could have if you made it good, you could have gone this direction. So yeah, I mean, I'm with everybody. I think it should have stopped at 3. 4 isn't awful, but I don't, because I have to judge as a Toy Story. It says Toy Story 4. I have to raise it to that standard, and I'm gonna do the same thing with 5, and hopefully it's good. I mean, I want them to be good, but yeah, I really feel like they should just quit while they were ahead with that.
Movie Mike, thank you for the 500 bits. From what you've seen of Invincible, what do you think of Mark? He's one of my favorite protagonists.
Is Mark the main character?
Yes.
Yeah, I've seen the first season. I haven't seen anything outside of that. But I hear so much talk about it. I really should. No, he's good. I mean, I think he's supposed to be kind of the blank slate, kind of the every kid and everything. And as those go, he plays it very well. He's interesting enough and everything. So yeah, no, I think he does is Steven Yeun, is that his name? He does a good job in the part. He's written well.
Gabby, thank you for the $10 super chat. Hey, Doug, I really appreciate your vlog about CFS. I was embarrassed when I met you at GG and I got brain fog in the middle of my sentence, but hearing about your experience with CFS was so validating.
Oh, yeah, it's very embarrassing when it happens. But the nice thing is there are a lot of nice people out there, and they do show support. I think just more and more people are understanding more. There's just a lot of weird stuff out there that some we understand, some we don't. And, more and more awareness, especially after COVID. I mean, how many more weird things have come out of that and have mutated and, are still affecting people in ways we're not even aware of. So, I mean, I feel like people are more aware of that. And if anything, kind of keeps you on your toes and it keeps you more adaptable so that when it happens, you know what to say, how to respond and everything. And by far, overwhelmingly, people have been much more supportive and kind about it. So, I think that's definitely a good thing.
Larry Lester, thank you for the 500 bits. They skipped my first one. Is it because my bits were at the end instead of the beginning? No, I was scrolling through stuff. I don't know what's going on with that. I don't see it in any feed except your chat history. So that wasn't on me. That was on Twitch or whatever. I have no idea what's happening, but I did bring it up here. If you watch the Review Must Go On and demo reel of Doom back to back, it's definitely a case of famed if you do, damned if you don't.
Sure. I mean, I'd be lying if I tried to be in my own bizarre way as truthful as I could in that video about why I was bringing the NC back. Of course, it helps that the numbers for demo reel were not that great, but I really was getting that second win, and that was the movie, The Odd Life of Timothy Green. I saw it on a plane flying back. I saw it with my wife, actually. We were watching it together. We were just laughing so hard about how terrible it was, and I really wanted to review it, and kind of these new ideas were coming to me and everything, and there really was kind of a second wind building up there. So yeah, no, I don't have too much regret about that.
Haunted Joker, thank you for the 500 bits. Back to Lady and the Tramp. I was watching the tramp nudge a meatball to Lady and thought, rolling the meatball sounds like an old school critic meme. If you were to make that meme, what would rolling the meatball mean?
Rolling the meatball? I don't know. Maybe just going on and with something like the meatball just keeps rolling and getting like more and more crud on it, sauce on it, spaghetti on it. I don't know. That's the best I can think of right now.
James, thank you for the $10.
No, you know what? I just thought of a better one. And it'll tie into that scene. It's a scene that should be ridiculous, but is actually so cute and so unique that it really, really works. Like that should be just a dumb little moment, but it's so adorable. It's so cute. It's like iconic now. So that'll be it. That'll be Rolling the Meatball.
Kirak, I see you over on YouTube. We do know there's issues right now. There's nothing we can control.
Yes.
So either deal with it, not deal with it, but either accept it or come over to Twitch. You know, we're
Yeah,
on Twitch too.
Yeah, Twitch, you can ask questions there and everything.
James, thank you for the $10 super chat. Straightforward comedy films are fading out, as it seems all is either dark comedy, satire, or drama comedy, and the reason is in international marketability / award buzz. Tag from 2018 is a great comedy.
I know a lot of people that like that film. It didn't quite work for me, but I love the idea of it. And I think another major element is that people just aren't going to theaters to laugh that much anymore. That's why I hope when something like, you see something like Deadpool, you see something like the newer Naked Gun movies and stuff like that. Like, yes, there is technically drama to those too, but it's a lot of just straight up, we're trying to make you laugh comedy. I would like to see that come back because I like laughing with a crowd. I think there was a great joy with that. And it was great watching those movies and, hearing everyone just, bust a gut laughing at that. So I think they'll come back. I don't know when, and I don't know in what way, because I'm sure it's going to be structured in a different way. I'll also say, too, a lot of anime films still usually get a lot of good laughs. So, yeah, it'll come back. But I don't know when. Don't know when. Don't know how.
Darkstalker, thank you for the 500 bits. Hey Doug, I loved your Sailor Moon review back when it came out, but have you ever considered re-reviewing the series in its entirety in the uncut redub, even considering Japan's copyright laws?
Reviewing it, I'm not going to have time to do. I have heard if you see like the original dub, again, for what it is, that is like a good show and everything. And I believe everybody, and I'm sure they're right. Something like that doesn't get a fan base that big for that long, and it's just meh. Like there's something there. But yeah, it's just a time thing. And yeah, while you're at it, yeah, the Japan copyright is always a little tricky. But yeah, it's not something that's screaming to me to watch. Let me put it this way: there's a lot more animes I would like to watch before that. If it's something where I get through these 10 other animes that have like 1 million episodes, and I have a little extra time after that, yes, I would love to watch Sailor Moon.
Dat One Sleep No More fan, thank you for the £5 super chat. Would you do a nostalgia critic on Punch Drunk Love? It's my favorite movie, and considering it's a good Sandler flick, people will watch the review.
I don't know. Maybe they would watch it to see my interpretation of it. I wouldn't think it would get that many views. I do like the movie. It's a good flick. And Sandler's great in it. I could bring a few things to it. I don't know if I could bring a ton. Especially anything that new that like other people haven't said already or in a unique way. So probably not, but it's an interesting thought. Maybe there's something there.
Truth, Hope, Love, thank you for the $10 super chat. So you're going to tell people see Hoppers despite them literally saying it's like Avatar instead of seeing Toy Story 5, right?
Well, I haven't seen it yet. I ain't saying anything until I see it. Like anything, I hope it's good. I kind of feel like Pixar, needs a win here. But they did have Inside Out too, which I thought was great. I actually did like Elio, but box office wise, it did nothing. So yeah, I don't know. I haven't heard anyone excited to see it, so that's kind of worrying. I'm not especially excited to see it, but I will. I still want anything Pixar makes. I'm curious about. So yeah, I guess we'll see.
Pan Flute Skeleton, thank you for the 500 bits. Hi, Doug. Been watching your content for almost 15 years. I gotta know.
Wow.
Tommy Wiseau is currently on tour showing The Room and Big Shark. Would you or have you shown up to a screening near you?
No, I guess I could see if he's coming to Chicago. Greg Cicero's come several times to a Music Box Theater, and we always hang out. And he's really, really cool. I think he's coming again, and I'm like, oh no, I got like a convention. I'm gonna be out of town. Yeah, he's a really, really awesome guy. I never met Tommy in person. I did do an interview with him, which is enjoyably awkward. But awkwardly enjoyable too. It's kind of everything you would want that interview to be. Honestly, we're both trying to be civil, but we're both kind of grinding our teeth too. So it's kind of fun to watch. But he gave some good answers, honestly, for a lot of it, and it was pretty. Of course, it's enjoyable. And I haven't seen Big Shark, so I would be curious to check that out.
Ice Luigi, thank you for the $10 super chat. Had a blast watching your Galaxy stream. The part where Doug kept constantly falling off that bonus stage cracked me up. Also, Heather has a really spot on Toad impression.
Does
Thank
she totally
you.
does. I'm always impressed by that. What we deem it, drunk Elmo.
Yeah, drunk
I
Elmo.
like that too.
Movie Mike, thank you for the 500 bits. Heather and Invincible, what do you think of Duplicate? Do you hate her like a lot of the fans do? Okay, well, listen. I feel like she's made not likable on purpose. So I understand why people are like, oh, I hate her. She's so annoying. I don't think she was ever supposed to be someone that you like really found endearing or enjoyed as a character. So I feel like she's fulfilling her purpose. I'm not mad at it because like she's just kind of not kind of there, but like she's fulfilling her purpose. She's fulfilling the trope. Like she's just a Aussie Manny, that's a great way to put it. She's just a well-written asshole, you know? So like, I'm not mad at her, but you know, she is what she is. James, thank you for the $5 super chat. There is a post-credit scene from Muppet Treasure Island showing Silver having made it back to the island, enduring bad sea jokes from a tiki.
Yeah, I think I was just running out of time, so I was just like, okay, it's a credit sequence, whatever. And I have a joke, he never made it, he died. I'm like, I'll just go with that.
Case, thank you for the $20 super chat. Appreciate
Thank you.
that. Toy Story 2 is as perfect a sequel as Star Wars 5, The Exorcist 3, and The Rescuers Down Under. I'm not a fan of Toy Story 3, though. It's dull, kind of cringy, and Lotso is just Stinky Pete 2.0. Love the opening, though.
There's a lot of that I agree with. I still think Toy Story 3 is a good movie. I do think it works. But like I said, it is my least favorite, partially for the things that you brought up.
Treg, thank you for the 500 bits. Hi, Doug and Heather. I was curious, have you seen the new Muppet Show special? If not, then who are your favorite Muppets and why? Mine are Kermit, Fozzie, Swedish Chef, Statler, and Waldorf.
Yeah, man. Gonzo, Swedish Chef, I really like. Sam the Eagle, Miss Piggy's very, very funny. Yeah, those are probably my favorites out there. Oh, and Rolf. I always forget Rolf, but I feel like he's almost there to be forgotten. He's just the piano player, but he's kind of the cool guy that just goes with whatever. He goes with the flow. I did see it. It's good, but I said this before. I'm not a guy that really gets that into the Muppet Show. I like the Muppets, just the Muppet Show itself. I never got that into it. It's good. It's a well put together variety show and everything. It just never made me laugh that much. But I like the characters. It's cute. It's imaginative, and that's exactly what this is. There are a few laughs, but there wasn't anything I was watching. They're like, wow, like this is really good. They're really pushing the envelope. They're doing something new with the platform and everything. It's like, no, it's the same, but I feel like that's what people were looking for. So yeah, no, it's a job well done for what it is. It's just not a show I ever got that into originally. So if they do more, I'll watch it, but I'm not like, super excited. I'm more excited that they would be in the public eye again. They'd be in the zeitgeist again. And that I would be excited for.
Slime time, thank you for the 500 bits. Hi, Doug. I've been a fan
Hi.
since 2016, and I was wondering about your opinion on doing a review for either the original Dukes of Hazzard reunion movies or the original Magnificent Seven with Yul Brynner? I'm so
Brenner.
sorry.
I haven't seen either. I should see the original Magnificent Seven because I know that's a big, classic and everything. I did see Seven Samurai though, the original. So I guess there's that. But yeah, and I haven't seen that much Dukes of Hazzard, the show or the movie. When I was a kid, they would play it like before I go to school. It was just always, aside from the car stuff, it was kind of boring to me. And then when the movie came out, I'm like, all right, well, I like a lot of these people, and it just didn't get very good reviews. I'm like, all right, just kind of skipped it, and everyone was like, it's, I don't know, okay, I guess. So I just never bothered to really check it out. I don't really have a passion for it.
Ultimate Frozen fan, thank you for the $5 super chat. Hey, Doug, what's your favorite joke from Toy Story 2? Mine is the Rock'em Sock'em Robots. Hey, he was talking to me. No, he was talking to me.
Man, maybe just everything with Zurg and Buzz at the end. My favorite, I didn't have it in the review, but just when Zurg falls and he just goes, "Father," like that. But yeah, just the bit with them playing catch at the end, that is so funny. Oh, you're a great dad. Yippee! That's just so funny.
Hyperdevil Fangirl Boner, thank you for the 500 bits. Fun fact, in the DVD commentary for Toy Story 2, it was revealed that after the I am your father line, Emperor Zurg was supposed to die. Then, when the toys chase after Woody, the second Buzz says, I cannot go with you. I have to go bury my father. It was changed because it felt too depressing.
Uh, that is funny. Okay, but that's a good example of that is a darker joke. That is very funny. But the lighter joke is so much funnier with them playing catch. And playing catch with the little gun, what's supposed to be the energy blast, from his gun and everything, but they're just little toy balls. Yeah, no, that is a lot funnier.
Movie Mike, thank you for the 500 bits. In the Bad Guys film, which villain do you think is better? Marmalade in the first one or Kitty Cat in the second one?
I like the voice actor of the villain in the first one. That's the dude from IT Crowd and everything. His voice is fantastic, very, very funny. But he wasn't written like anything that great. Where this film was the second one was a little bit more fun, a little bit more memorable, to a point where when they bring the villain from the first film back, I had to remind myself he was the first villain. I'm like, oh, that's right, he was the one behind everything. So, or I kind of feel like I remember the villain in this way. At the very least, the evil plan just taking all the gold from planet Earth, which I thought was pretty funny. Yeah, I guess I'll go with that.
The Wizard of What, thank you for the $5 super chat. Greatest of tidings for thou this fine day of wedness. Insomniac's Wolverine is coming out September 15th. Are you going to play it for Disney-cember this year?
Oh.
I'm so excited for it. I'm so excited.
I mean, I'll just say yeah for right now. It's like, that's right. Yeah, because that would be a Disney December game. It'd be like kind of the perfect amount of time too, probably. Yeah, no, I'm down. Sure.
And just in case you don't know, Insomniac was the same people who made the Spider-Man games that you played. So
yeah, no,
doing a Wolverine game? Ah!
Yeah. No, I saw like the trailers for it and everything. It looked cool. I forgot about it though, and then we mentioned that. I'm like, oh yeah, and then playing it on stream, like, oh yeah, I could do that. Yeah, I'd be totally down for that.
JL, thank you for the 500 bits. Doug or Heather, have you ever seen Beast Wars Transformers, and what do you think of it?
No, I hear it's good, but I haven't seen it.
Me neither. Ultimate Frozen fan, thank you for the $5 super chat. I watched the Beatles' Yellow Submarine recently, and I found the animation style and music more appealing than something like the Helliverse. NC, maybe?
They talk about like Hell of a Boss and stuff? Is that what they're talking about?
Yeah, Hell of a Boss and Hotel is all the Helliverse.
Gotcha. I mean, I can see that. I like the Helliverse, I guess we'll call it. A little bit more, but no, Yellow Submarine is constantly talked about and, analyze all this stuff, for a reason. It is still a great art style. It's very trippy and fun, obviously great music. Beatles music is another one of those where they're pretty heavy with the copyright claims on that. So I kind of keep my distance from it, but I like it. I don't know why I never got super obsessed with it. It's one of those you think that'd be more up my alley, and it is good. I enjoy it, but it's not one I put on a lot. But it is a very solid movie.
Alexander, thank you for the 500 bits. And Horrible Bosses, how would you rank Kevin Spacey, Jennifer Aniston, and Colin Farrell's characters in terms of who'd you rather work for?
Who I rather work for? I'm trying to remember. I mean, Jennifer Aniston's still Jennifer Aniston, so I'll go with that.
Jager, thank you for becoming a member over on YouTube. Appreciate that. Have you ever seen a TV show slash movie that did something that in any other TV show or movie it would be uncomfortable or hard to watch, but it was handled with such care and precision that you could watch it?
uh, yeah. I'm trying to think of what. It's weird because when you say that, I'm thinking of the moments that are really uncomfortable, but it should be uncomfortable and do not feel out of place in a movie. They help prove the point. They help really, you get the idea of the film across, and it sticks with you a lot more. So that's almost the opposite of what you're talking about, but for some reason, it's what's popping in my head. Ones that people really talked about for a while, like Clockwork Orange, famously is hugely disturbing. But what that movie is trying to do and get across, I think is very effective. There's another movie called Felicia's Journey, I think is what's called. That has another scene in there in the last third. I won't give it away, but I thought it was really heartbreaking and really hard to watch. And they don't show anything, but they just kind of capture the emotion of this moment. I was just like, woof, yeah. So I will say this: I'm more impressed when a movie deals with a difficult subject matter, or even sometimes maybe it's censored, but they work with it in a way where actually the less they show or the more abstract they go with it, almost the more effective it is. Lynch does a lot of that. David Lynch will take the emotions of just something terrible going on, not necessarily show it or even say what it is, but you recognize that feeling, you recognize that dread, that feeling that's like eating you up inside, even if you can't exactly point to what it is that's giving you that feeling. And I like that. I think it's very dreamlike, and we spend a third of our life asleep, so I think that's something that should be analyzed too.
Mini Disaster, thank you for the 500 bits. Me and my partner watched Predator Badlands last night. I personally haven't seen many of the Predator films, bar the first and Badlands. Any recommendations?
I have a soft spot for Alien versus Predator. I can't say it's a good movie, but it gets better as it keeps going. And just the last third, I thought was really, really solid. I kind of wish that's what the whole movie was. Prey's pretty good too. Prey is actually kind of what the last third of Alien versus Predator is. I don't know. I mean, aside from the first one, which even then you could say is kind of cheesy, but that's part of the fun. I can't think of any that are just like, oh, that's like a perfect masterpiece. They all have issues, but yeah, those are the ones that stood out to me. I know Jim, so I've never seen the second one. Was it Predator 2, I think? A lot of people don't like it. Jim J. Ross, who does props, he really likes that movie. And he says he likes that they did kind of a different angle with it. Also introduced the idea of Alien versus Predator in there too. So maybe check that one out. I'm not sure. Like I said, that's one of the few I haven't seen.
Ice Luigi, thank you for the $5 super chat. Do you think Seinfeld actor Wayne Knight as AI was given better, funnier lines compared to Julia Dreyfus as Princess Ada from A Bug's Life?
Al.
Al, sorry.
I've been making that mistake so many times.
Bad, Jesus.
No, it's like all over the place because it's Al, but you don't capitalize the L, so it just looks like AI.
Yeah.
No, that's been happening to me a lot. He's much funnier in that. I don't think they really gave the Julie Louis-Dreyfus aunt many funny lines in that movie. But to be fair, most of them didn't get funny lines outside of the circus bugs. So no, I thought he was a perfect choice for that.
Gabriel Kane, thank you for the $10 super chat. Doug, you need to review the movie Bailey's Billions with Tim Curry and Jennifer Tilly. Even for a stupid puppy movie, Tilly and Curry steal the show in a cartoonishly horrible way. It's pretty funny.
I mean, they are great. Jennifer Tilly is another one of those actresses where I feel like she's kind of underestimated. But not only is she a lot smarter than she lets out, like she is a poker champ. Like she's won like a lot of tournaments and everything. But she's a very I was gonna say just very accomplished comedic actress, but she's done drama very well too. There's a great thriller called Bound from the Wachowskis that she's fantastic in. I think because she has that look and she has that voice, people kind of assume, bimbo, whatever, and she leans into that and plays it very, very well and very, very funny. It's very rare. Like I've seen her in bad stuff, but it's very rare she's bad in it. So, and Curry, I mean, Tim Curry's Tim Curry. I mean, that dude can do no wrong. So, yeah, no, the idea of them together actually does sound like a lot of fun.
Lady Houndoom, thank you for the 500 bits. This is 2 weeks late, but thank you for aligning your review of my favorite Muppets movie with my birthday. You're the best.
It's totally on purpose. Totally. Actually, you can thank somebody that brought up that the anniversary of the movie was around that time, was that month. I was just like, since we're on the subject, let's go. So it worked out well.
And also, happy belated birthday, Lady
Yes.
Houndoom.
Yes.
Lady Houndoom, thank you for the 500 bits. Have you ever heard of the movie Stop or My Mom Will Shoot? It stars Sylvester Stallone, and apparently the only reason he took the role is because Arnold Schwarzenegger tricked him into it.
Yeah, I know that story, and that's one of those we heard a long time growing up, and I guess it is true. I've never seen it all the way through. I've seen bits and pieces. It does look bad, but one of these days I should watch it just to soak up the awful of it. But yeah, I don't know. I want to say Brad Jones reviewed it. It sounds like a movie he will review. But yeah, maybe one of these days I will.
Movie Mike, thank you for the 500 bits. Which Zootopia film do you think is better? I think the first one has a better message, but the second one is more fun.
I can see that. I think the first one is better. It's a little stronger. The second one, I remember liking the action sequences a lot more because I really like that chase in the first one where they go into the little, was it the mice town or I can't remember what it was, but I felt like there were a lot more scenes like that in the second one, which is really, really cool. Sort of going into the different environments of the different animals and doing action sequences there. But I do think the first one is stronger.
JL, thank you for the 500 bits. With Sony rebooting the Spider-Man universe, do you think they should do another Spider-Man movie with a different actor than Tom Holland? And I don't mean Miles.
Are they rebooting it? I didn't know. I thought they were doing the Tom Holland one.
Yeah, because it's coming out later this year.
Yeah. I mean, I'll say this: however they reboot it, I hope they look more at what like Lord and Miller are doing with the Spider-Verse movies as opposed to what they did with the villains with the Venom movies and stuff like that. So I hope they keep that in mind.
Wizard of What? Thank you for the $5 super chat. Have you ever seen the Netflix musical The Prom? It has Meryl Streep not trying to get an Oscar and everyone's favorite punching bag, James Corden.
Boy, I heard the opposite. I heard it was her totally trying to get an Oscar. Maybe not an Oscar, but like definitely, playing very hard to, that people say, "Aren't you brave? That was so wonderful. That was a blah, blah, blah." I guess I heard it wasn't wonderful. It wasn't awful, but you could kind of feel that all throughout the film, and it was a little distracting, just sort of a Hollywood saying, "Aren't we wonderful? Good job, us," kind of thing. But I will admit, I have not seen it. That's just what I heard from a lot of people that did go see it.
Duh, awesome. Thank you for the $5 super chat. You should review the Chipmunk Adventure.
I kind of did a long time ago. I could do like a review revisit a long time because I think I reviewed that with that's one of Lindsay's videos. I think Lindsay Ellis. But I feel like because I'm doing a lot of these review revisits where I go back and do it more sort of with the current style. I probably could because there is a lot of stuff that's interesting to talk about with that, particularly in the animation uh, with that film. Yeah, I'll write that down. That's actually not a bad idea.
Cool Jack, thank you for the $5 super chat. Hi Doug, I love most Nostalgia Critic vids. Do you know if you're gonna finish the Diary of a Wimpy Kid trilogy? Roderick Rule, I can't say that, I don't know why, is the best.
Uh, I was seeing how the first one did. Last time I checked, the first one wasn't doing any crazy numbers, and usually sequels don't do as good as the first one. But the way the algorithm is now, sometimes it does just take a minute for it to, to grow and get more views. So I'll revisit it and see how it's doing because it's not a film series I'm super passionate about. But if people really like and they want to see more, yeah, I'll do more. It's not something where I feel like I can't do it. But it would have to be doing well. So yeah, I'll look into that again.
Movie Mike, thank you for the 500 bits. In First Blood, what do you think of the sheriff? Do you think he's a good villain?
Like a good, 80s villain, you know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe it's a little bit better than that. When you think of an 80s villain, you kind of think of them as very, especially with Stallone and Schwarzenegger, you think of them as very kind of one dimensional and stuff. And there's a little bit more to them. Yeah, I remember him being pretty effective.
JL, thank you for the 500 bits. From what I read online, they lost the Deke-dubbed Sailor Moon Masters.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing? Oh, it's a bad thing. Anytime you lose the original anything,
Yeah, that's
it's
bad.
a shame. Because,
Yeah.
because whether it's good or bad or whatever, people worked very hard on it, I'm sure. And I'm sure, memories to that, fond memories and everything. So yeah, no, it's always a shame when that happens.
Alex Luft, thank you for the $5 super chat. Would you do an NC of the Frankie Muniz movie Racing Stripes? Kind of funny, he voices a racing zebra, and now he races in NASCAR.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's kind of funny. If there's demand for it, it's another one of those where I'm like, would anyone be interested? I forgot the movie existed until you brought that up, honestly. So I'll look into it. If I see like a lot of clips or something, or getting a lot of clicks online or something, like, maybe I will.
Lunatic Saga, thank you for the 500 bits. Kind of a different question. What music do you love listening to?
It kind of changes. Just depending on my mood. I like listening to metal. I like listening to film scores. And even sometimes just film soundtracks too. Just like, like I love the soundtrack to The Mask. I'm not even talking about the orchestra, the orchestra score. I'm talking about the actual songs written for it. Yeah, I'm trying to think. Sometimes I'll just hear something that's just a different genre I don't usually listen to, but like it'll just be so good, I'll sort of compile it together. I'm one of those people that really compiles a lot of stuff together, like on a CD. I still make CDs sometimes, and it's just a wide variety of random stuff on there. So, but yeah, in terms of like popular music, what do I usually listen to? Usually like some form of metal.
Awesome. Thank you for the $5 super chat. And I think they didn't know that we have a list because it's the same question about Chipmunk Adventure Movie, which you wrote down. Pan Flute Skeleton, thank you for the 500 bits. What are your thoughts on the recent movies made by YouTubers as a YouTuber yourself, i.e. Shelby Oaks and Iron Lung?
The only one I saw was Iron Lung, which I did like. And it's great seeing that doing as well as it is under, I don't want to say under the circumstance, but the way it's doing very well, where people were calling theaters saying, we want to see this at the theater, please, bring it there and stuff like that. And made it, I guess it did become number one. There's some sort of weird thing where they took it off the charts for some reason.
Yeah.
So, which is interesting. But yeah, that is exciting. Obviously he's not the first to do, a movie or anything like that, but I think he's the first to get that much attention on it. Certainly the first to be quote unquote number one at the box office, and doing it through a way that is not using major studios behind it. And to a point where when I went to see the movie, I was kind of thinking like, because I used to show up like maybe 10, 20 minutes later or something like that. Because I'm like, well, previews, they always go on forever. I'm like, are there going to be previews before this one? Because it wasn't a major studio releasing it. And there still were. But Yeah, no, it's cool to see. It's very, very exciting to see. Not just to see these, people make, these films, be given a chance to and everything, but the way it's connecting with people in a different way, and it is equaling big money. And again, Hollywood is kind of struggling right now, and I like them sort of going, "Oh, what are they doing? We should look more into this." So it's always exciting when something like that happens. Reading something like K-pop Demon Hunters on Netflix, how that explode. It wasn't even a big screen movie. So it's always neat when something like that happens.
Deshaun, thank you for the $5 super chat. Hi, Doug. Perhaps you could do a review of the 2008 animated Tinkerbell film, which was the start of the Disney Fairies film franchise.
I think I did. I did Disney December on it, I think. And it's it's cute for little kids. I don't have a ton I can get out of it. The only thing I really remember is when the acorn hits the squirrel and she kind of cries. That made me laugh. But like everything else about it, I'm kind of already forgetting. But yeah, I don't remember it being bad. I just remember it being, fine for what it is. Not too much else I can say about it.
Wee Man, thank you for the 500 bits. Please check out an upcoming game called Billy Bust Up. It's a musical 3D platformer in the style of a Disney musical. Original songs, fully orchestrated with a real orchestra. It's amazing.
I Speaking of stuff that you see and then you just listen to over and over, I saw one of those levels there. Well, there's a million billion ways to die. Da, 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 da. You like that song? I've watched a lot of times because I was so blown away. Not only how like catchy the song is, but that it was a villain song you had to play. You actually played through a level while the song was going. And everything that they're singing is like flying at you. I thought that was very, very cool. So yeah, I also know it's been taking a while to make. I'm sure it's like crowdfunded or whatever, but yeah, when it comes out, I'd love to check that out because just that one sequence alone, I thought was so freaking cool.
Haunted Joker, thank you for the 500 bits. Heather and Invincible, what do you think of Omni Man's mustache? Like, what if your partner just had it one day? I mean, listen, we were talking about it yesterday. It is an impressive mustache.
It does a lot of heavy lifting.
It does, it does. However, my husband does have like a full beard, mustache and beard, and I think I prefer a mustache and beard rather than just a mustache. But if you're gonna have a mustache, it better be one like that. That is a
That's a mustache.
mustache, you know? Movie Mike, thank you for the 500 bits. After rewatching Endgame for Nostalgia Critic, did the scene where Tony talks to his dad get any better for you?
I haven't watched it yet. I think I'm on Infinity War right now, so it's the next one, and I am curious because I'll be honest, I've only rewatched the last third of that movie. Where Infinity War I've seen a couple times, First Avengers I've seen a couple times, so it'll be interesting watching it, seeing if I still get the same reaction or not.
Larry Lester, thank you for the 500 bits. Do you think you could collaborate with the Cinema Snob to do the Star Wars films original trilogy, but maybe the whole saga with mini review revisits?
Uh, One of it be a well, if we did the newer trilogy, that'd be a revisit. But that is one of the theme months I was thinking about, just like a Star Wars month where we do, depending on how many days there are in March, like maybe do the original trilogy and the prequels, maybe. Because there's what usually five, but we'd have to probably go into like April or something like that, which I don't think people would complain if we did that. Again, depending on how many Wednesdays there are in that month. So we definitely talked about maybe doing a theme month around that.
Movie Mike, thank you for the 500 bits. In the Bad Guys films, what do you think of Wolf?
He's good. He's kind of got that. I know he didn't voice him, but kind of that Jason Bateman, vibe, kind of like the Fox from Zootopia. Yeah, boy, that is probably what they're trying to replicate, isn't it? The more I think about it, but I think he does a good job. Again, I liked him a lot more in the second one. I liked him trying to lead a decent life, and showing the difficulties with that. I still love the he's trying to get a job at the bank and they're like, you robbed us several times. He goes, that was this bank. I thought that was really good. Yeah, no, he's a good lead. He reminds me a lot of like kind of the George Clooney type in Ocean's 11.
Wee Man, thank you for the 500 bits. There's two movies I recommend you review as the Nostalgia Critic: Candyland, The Great Lollipop Adventure, free on YouTube, and Universal's The Adventures of Brer Rabbit 2006, a fully animated Brer Rabbit movie starring an all black cast.
I haven't heard of either. I mean, obviously, I've heard the stories before, but I have not heard of either of these. So I'll try to check them out.
Did he miss? Thank you for the $5 super chat for Disney Sember. Would you eventually have to do the shorts?
Uh, I mean, sure. What? There's a lot of
The
shorts.
Disney shorts, I guess? I don't know.
I mean, yeah, we're talking about like the original, like Donald Duck, Mickey Mouse, all that. I don't know. So we got two more themes planned, and then we're gonna just stop. We're not stopping Disney December, but we're gonna stop adding themes because it's gonna get to a point where it's just like every day in December you could have one of the themes. You know what I mean? Yeah, we're just gonna do two more coming up.
V Man, thank you for the $5 super chat. Hey Doug, did you hear Ed Norton, Javier Bardem, and Viggo Mortensen are set to make a film with Puerto Rican musician Bad Bunny?
I mean, I like all those people. I don't know a ton about Bad Bunny. I've heard some of the songs and I like them, but sounds like a cool combo. I like all those people, so yeah, I'm down.
The Wizard of What, thank you for the $5 super chat. Heather, have you played Pokemon Sun and Moon? And if so, what do you think of Lily? She's one of my favorites, and I got sad near the end of her story. I haven't played Sun Moon. I'm sorry. So I don't have an opinion on Lily. Movie Mike, thank you for the 500 bits. I just watched Zootopia 2, and while I understand why some people might not like the beaver, but I really liked her. I like over-the-top characters, and I think Fortune Feimeister has a really funny voice.
Feimster.
All right.
Or is it Feimster?
I don't know.
Feimster.
I haven't seen Zootopia 2, so I don't know.
You should see her stand-up. She does very, very good stand-up. She is very, very funny, and that is one of those things where a part of me is glad she got a part in a major film like that, but it is one of those where I'm like, man, I wish it was a funnier part. Like, it's not awful. It's just, again, I've seen this person stand up, and I know she can be funnier than this. And that's not on her. That's again the writing she was given. But yeah, I like to because she's starting to do a few movies, and you can just already see the box they're trying to put her in. And it's like, I don't think that's you should do something just a hint less traditional with her, I feel like, than just the classic, wacky comic relief, kind of thing. So yeah, I can see, somebody enjoying her fine. And she did get some laughs, but I do feel like there's with both the character and that actress, I feel like there's more that could be done.
New Jersey Diablo, thank you for the $20 super chat. Appreciate that.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Hey, Doug, will you ever do an official Nostalgia Critic review of All Dogs Go to Heaven? I noticed that you've reviewed every Don Bluth movie except that one. We'd love to hear your thoughts about it.
I haven't done Thumbelina. I think there's a couple I didn't do. The Banjo Cat. There's a couple I haven't done. But I do have it on the list because I do like that movie quite a bit. And it's so bizarre to talk about. So at some point I will.
KJK, thank you for the 500 bits. Hey, Doug, how would you rank these 80s fantasy movies? Dark Crystal, Legend, Willow, Labyrinth, and The Neverending Story.
Neverending Stories first. What's the second to last one?
Willow?
Oh, is that the second to last? Okay. Oh no,
Labyrinth?
is something. Yeah, Neverending Story, Labyrinth, Willow, Dark Crystal, then Legend. Those last two are sadly very boring to me, but visually they are very, very cool.
Movie Mike, thank you for the 500 bits. So far in Recess, have there been any episodes that you really don't like?
Trying to think. Maybe one or two where I was like, yeah, you could have gone a little further with it. The one that's a parody of the Hardy Boys, I thought had a much better setup than what the payoff is. I know what they're doing with the payoff. I thought, oh, you could have gone a lot further with that. But it's not bad, it's fine. On top of my head, I can't think of any actual bad episodes yet.
Anarchy, thank you for the $5 super chat. Hey Doug, is it too early to make suggestions for Nostalgia-ween? I was watching Batman vs. Dracula again, and I'd love to see you review it.
I'll look into it. I've never seen it. I think I remember seeing it advertised, but I never bothered to check it out. We'll see. I don't know how the clicks would do on that, but then again, it's funny because around that time is when, even though the ads go up, the clicks kind of go down for us. I think because people go and enjoy the holidays and all that stuff. But I don't know, I might look into it.
Ugly Brainiac, thank you for the $5 super chat. Hey Doug, y'all ever planning to come to Texas? Most notably DFW. I kind of noticed you never came to Texas unless I'm wrong. Have a good day.
If you want us out there, go to a convention and say, we want Channel Awesome out there. See if you can get us invited out there.
Movie Mike, thank you for the 500 bits. Heather in season 3 of Invincible. What do you think of Alan and Nolan's Prison Break? I love it. I just love Alan and Nolan together. Alan became a character that I didn't think I would love as much as I did in that series, and specifically the way that he just kind of keeps chipping away at Nolan until they do actually kind of come together. I love it. I love their dynamic together. It's fantastic. Methuselah, thank you for the $5 super chat. I think Toy Story 5 will be fine enough, but the thing I'm worried about is I can't think of any possible ending that they can do that would work.
Well, that would be as meaningful as the other movies. Even 4, for its problems, is still making like a big step, you know. So there's that. I see what you're saying. I don't know what the big step could be in this one. Apart from like another character leaving, you know, kind of thing. Yes, I don't know. Like I said, it's one of the reasons it doesn't scream out to me as like, you know, it needs to be made, but I could be wrong. Maybe they'll, you know, find a really cool angle with it.
And we're actually all caught up. I don't
All
know if
right,
it's just
well,
because we had some YouTube issues or what, but we are actually
I'm
all
sure
caught up
that's
with
it,
like
yeah.
40 minutes to spare. Let's
Yeah,
go,
we can do the
chat!
free ones. Yeah, let's do it.
Sean49 Doctor over on Twitch asks, Doug, what are your thoughts on the war film Sink the Bismarck?
I don't even think I've heard of that one. Let me see. Sink
Also,
the
Ugly Barnacle. I can't believe I misread Barnacle as Brainiac.
Oh, that's funny. I mean, they're all unique names, but I thought that was especially unique. No, I've never seen this film. Try to check it out.
Christopher over on YouTube asks, will you do a Nostalgia Critic review of Max Keeble's Big Move?
I feel like I got most of what I like about it out in the Disney December. I did enjoy it quite a bit. I'll put down as a possibility though, because I think a lot of people enjoyed that quite a bit.
Jacob over on Twitch asks, hey Doug, what do you think about Ma and Pa Kettle? I loved to watch it growing up, and they had a couple of great sketches together.
Let me see. Ma and Pa Kettle. I don't even think I think I've heard of the name before, but it's funny. These actors do look familiar. I don't think I've seen it before. If I have, it's been something like, you know, like I have a repressed memory of, or like my folks were watching it or something like that. So yeah, I don't know much about it.
What up, JD over on YouTube asks, what are your thoughts on the American Tail direct-to-video sequels?
I haven't seen them. I take it back. I've seen I don't know, on YouTube or maybe some kid had on or something like that. I saw the animation style to recognize it was either TMS or something very similar to TMS animation. So I like that because I really like their stuff quite a bit. But that doesn't mean they always, you know, they're called in to do like great scripts or anything like that. So yeah, I'm not even sure how many there are. I just saw 1 and 2, and that's it.
Movie Mike, thank you for the 500 bits. Since you briefly mentioned it in your Borrower's review, I was wondering, what do you think of the 80s animated series The Littles?
So I saw the movie a lot growing up. That was one of those we had the VHS of. and we just watch over and over and over. And I thought that's where it started. I thought it was originally a movie and then they turned into a show. I guess it was the other way around. I literally just watched the history of it, and I guess there was like a lot of. I think they even like threatened a lawsuit and everything because it was so similar. So I found that very interesting. The series I didn't see much of. I think it was just on at a time when I was at school or something. But I did see the movie, and then I also saw Liberty Littles, the follow-up. And for what they are, they have kind of a nice little charm to them. The animation's good, and the characters are, likable enough, and everything. They got a fair amount of charm to them. But it is for kids. It's not something you're gonna get a ton out of for adults. But sometimes that's fine. I like when you see an animated film or really anything for kids. It kind of brings you back to that mindset of just like, oh, this is like very simple, but it's very charming too. So yeah, I saw more of the movies than the show, but I remember liking him okay.
Drummond D over on YouTube asks, so do you guys ever think of watching The Outer Limits? Because, man, it's crazy. First anniversary, the sentence, the heist, good grief, they're insane.
Yeah, I've seen a fair amount. I haven't watched them as much as like the Twilight. The Twilight Zones, I've seen like all of them. Outer Limits, I've seen like a handful of. I remember liking them, but I'm not like an expert on it. I don't know. Maybe it would be something to check out. Actually, one of the things was that both my wife and I really like Twilight Zone, and so that's what we got her for her birthday. We got the whole collection on DVD, and just every night we would watch a new episode. And by the time we got to the end, there's just streaming was a thing, Netflix, Prime, Disney Plus, all that. So there's so many shows on where we didn't really need to find another one to like buy the series of and everything. But like with Outer Limits, it's like, yeah, maybe that does make sense. Like just kind of like a Twilight Zone replacement because there's so many of those we haven't seen. So yeah, it might be an idea actually.
JL, thank you for the 500 bits. Did you notice that HBO Max keeps removing shows like Full House, Fresh Prince, and Family Matters? What's up with that?
I don't know. I mean, Full House, you can have that. But Family Matters and Fresh Prince, I mean, come on, those are fun.
Trip, thank you for the $5 super chat. Do you miss the day when anything you reviewed got a ton of views? Even obscure works like The Christmas Tree. Now you can only do popular stuff.
Well, not only. I always say in January, we kind of experiment with stuff a little bit more. I mean, it's always going to be nice when you do something and a lot of people watch it. Man, why would that not be nice? But at the same time, I will say especially getting hit with the crime fatigue, it does take a little more pressure off in terms of like, well, this has to be a big production. I really got to entertain all these people, which is still like, I mean, like if you go 100, 200K, I mean, imagine paying that amount of people in your house. It's still a lot. And just the fact that I'm even able to do this still as a living is still like mind blowing to me. So it's never something where it's like I need to get seen the most or have the most eyes on me. It's just I need enough to make a living at it because I love doing this for a living. I'm so lucky to do this for a living, and that's why I am so thankful to everyone that still watches and comes to the streams and everything. I mean, just I really can't express how thankful I am just to all of you watching for all this time. So yeah, definitely. I know it always comes around to saying thank you, but it's like there's still not enough thank yous I can give to y'all. So just here's another one. Thank you.
Movie Mike, thank you for the 500 bits. In the Littles movie, what do you think of the boy's uncle? Do you think he's a good villain?
Yeah, I mean, again, for that type of villain, he's just the mean uncle that's gonna tear down the house and everything. I mean, he's literally a cartoon, isn't he? No, I remember as a kid being intimidated by him. He worked for what he was, but he's not a particularly complex or charming bad guy.
On a Joker, thank you for the 500 bits. Doug, take a moment to look up Peg from Lady and the Tramp. Doesn't she look like she was inspired by Courtney Love?
Yeah, I forget who Peg is. Hold on. Lady and the Tramp. Oh, the singer dog. Now you mentioned it. A little bit. I mean, highly unlikely. But yeah, I can actually see that.
Christian, thank you for the $5 super chat. For Heather and Doug, have you checked out Absolute Batman? Not yet. I've heard of it. I've seen some of the like comic panels and stuff, but I haven't checked out any Absolute Batman issues yet.
I feel like somebody recommended that before. It's like newer too. The design of him's pretty good. I love the way they got the ear. I think Batman should have tall ears. The little ears look weird. It's like that should be like intimidating. It's cool to draw and everything. So yeah, looks cool. I'm try it. Some point check it out.
Power Gamer over on Twitch says, Doug, I think your theme months are stalking me. You do Lord of the Rings month a few months after I watch them for the first time, and then Avengers month as I'm watching through the entire MCU. Hell, I just watched Infinity War last night, which is top 5 MCU movie for me.
I literally did too. That's funny. That is one of my favorites too. I really like Infinity War quite a bit. You know, watching it again though, because I think originally I said that was my favorite, and Guardians 2 was second. Now watching again, I think I do like Guardians 2 a little bit more. But yeah, I like them both a great deal.
Ultimate Frozen fan on YouTube says, hey Heather, finally got around to playing Astrobot. I love that. I adored Astrobot. It's so fun, cute, and clever, but some of those levels were brutal. Everything and anything was trying to kill you, that poor little robot. Yeah, no, I really enjoyed Astrobot, and I honestly think anyone who thought it didn't deserve to win Game of the Year didn't play it. Like, it's a great game. It's like a love letter to platforming and PlayStation games, and I love it. Trip Corey, thank you for the $5 super chat. Have you seen Capricorn 1?
Capricorn 1? Let's see.
Yep, Capricorn 1.
No, I don't think I've heard of it. But the juice is in it. So it'll be entertaining on that front, I'm sure. No, it looks interesting. Some sort of astronaut movie. Yeah, try to check it out at some point.
Batfan over on Twitch says, what are your thoughts on the movies Heathers and Glengarry Glen Ross?
Glengarry Glen Ross I saw a long time ago. I remember liking it. Put off by the stories around it, obviously, but I still remember it being pretty good. And Heathers, I liked just enough. I didn't love it. I kind of thought I would be more into it. When I finally checked it out, I was kind of like, oh, all right, I can see why like people were talking about this and stuff like that. But it's weird. It's one of those like, it's a quote unquote shocking movie, but it's one of those shocking movies I kind of remember the least about. But that could be, again, I'm watching it years later. So I remember being just okay enough. But yeah, I don't remember it being like, one of my personal favorite 80 films.
Smee fan over on YouTube asks, what's your least favorite Terry Gilliam directed film?
Least favorite, man. What was that Grimm's fairy tale one? That was pretty bad. Oh, the Brothers Grimm. That was not very good. I haven't seen all of them, surprisingly. There's a couple I still got to check out. And somehow every time I'm about to see it, like something happens. I'm about to buy the DVD, and then like it sells out somewhere else, or I'm about to stream it, and then they drop it for some reason. So yeah, there's like maybe 2 I haven't seen, but yeah, the Brothers Grimm, I remember even he was like, I did this for a paycheck. So I'm like, yeah, fair.
Movie Mike, thank you for the 500 bits. Heather and Invincible, what do you think of Shrinking Ray? I like her fine enough. I don't know. Ray is, I feel like at some point, like the Guardians and the teen group and whatever, there gets to be so many other superheroes that aren't some of our main characters that are just kind of like, if they don't stand out in any way, I'm just kind of like, yeah, I mean, they're there. She's not a bad character. And like, she's not that memorable either to me 100%. She's just kind of there. So, I mean, I like her fine enough.
It's a good name. I like that name.
Yeah. Elite Gamer over on Twitch says, hiya, Heather and Doug. Hope y'all are well. So, Doug, Avengers month, eh? Well, you know what that means, right? Critics summons back credit card. Assemble! Can't wait for next month's awesome reviews.
Yeah, it should be a lot of fun. I'm literally editing the first one right now, so it should be pretty good.
Timothy over on YouTube says, would you ever consider doing a Kubrick ranking video? How many Kubrick films are there for a
There's
tier
not a
list?
ton. There's really not that many, like 14, something like that.
Okay, that one might
Uh,
be doable then.
yeah, you. Some might be a little tricky to find. The older ones, some of them might be tricky, but maybe not. Actually, the more I think about it, yeah, there might be something there. If there's demand for it, I don't know if there's demand. Like Tarantino, like I can see people being like, "Yeah, oh my god, I want to see that." Uh, Kubrick's not quite niche, but for like our crowd, maybe like just niche enough. Maybe I'm not sure. But I love it. He's like one of my favorite filmmakers, so I would love it.
Gabriel Kane over on Twitch says, in case you don't know, Good Burger 2 is on physical media. Any chance for a review?
I'm writing that down. That's interesting. I'm glad. I'm glad they're doing more physical media with that. That's awesome.
Scary Harry, thank you for the $5 super chat. Can you do a Nostalgia Critic episode on Rock and Rule? I noticed Mock was on the Freak Show Cinema intro, so I'd think you know something about it.
Yeah, it's one of those where I still haven't sat down and watched the whole thing. I should. I'm interested in it. Um, it's what part of it was that I had to sit down, watch it, and then I was going to do it in the form of like Freak Show Cinema again, where it's like I don't really go in order. I just sort of talk about the film as a whole. I just haven't had time to sit down and do it. So, but I didn't do it with Brazil either. I did a straightforward review with that, so I guess I could still do that with Rock and Rule. Yeah, because I've just been so curious about it. It's another one of those where because I don't know how it's going to do, I'll probably save it for January. But yeah, I've been curious to check it out.
Rogue Parrot over on YouTube says, hey Doug, what are some other movies you really want to re-review at some point? I'm sure there's definitely really good options.
Uh, yeah, there's one I'm doing. Well, wait, actually, might even be two I'm doing as a crossover coming up. Somebody brought up that Space Jam came out 30 years this year, so I'll probably do that. What are some of the other ones? I was thinking about maybe doing like the second and third Ninja Turtles movies. Again, kind of depending on how the first one did. The first one did all right. So again, it'd probably be something that maybe I'd do in like January or February or something like that. But yeah, those are some.
Master Mario over on Twitch says, if you ever review All Dogs Go to Heaven, will you talk about Judith Barcy or leave it out like in your Land Before Time review?
I mean, I'd say who it is, and I don't know because I did bring it up in the Land Before Time review. It's such a downer, but I don't know. I'd have to see when I get there.
Max Hall, thank you for the $5 super chat. Hey Doug, big fan of yours for like 12 years now. I was
Thank
wondering
you.
what your personal favorite review is or which one you had the most fun with. Thanks.
I really like the Nutcracker 3D one quite a bit. It's a Christmas one. Everyone I asked to be in it pretty much said yes to be in it. We flew Rachel out for that. We were getting a new studio at the time. It's funny. It's emotional. It's got a nice ending. With that said, I do really like the one I did this last Christmas, which was my favorite movie, Brazil. And part of it was I just didn't know how I was going to be able to do it because there's just so much to talk about. So just even kind of a sense of like, I did it. I mean, it's not everything I wanted to say about it, but it's like the big points are there. And I feel like I delve enough into it to where a lot of people were saying, man, I've never seen this movie. I want to see it. But the bigger one is people saying, I have seen this movie. I want to see it again. This looks better than I remember it. So that's really, really cool to hear.
Movie Mike, thank you for the 500 bits. In Age of Ultron, what do you think of Ultron? He's one of my favorite MCU villains.
He's acted well. I thought the motivation was a little too rushed. And not to say there's nothing there, but they just do it so quickly that I guess they thought, well, you get it. It's like Hal. Do you really need to know the exact reason why Hal went AWOL and stuff? It's like, I guess not, but there's just so much more time was dedicated to Hal just as a character, even though he's just a machine. He's supposed to be this emotionless machine. Where with Ultron, I feel like he didn't really get enough time in terms of like being developed. But he has played well, and for the limited time they did give that motivation, they are very direct with it. Like as soon as he's like kind of being born, he's being created. There is kind of this anxiety to like, man, anything could go wrong in these milliseconds, and that's exactly what happens. It just happens in seconds, and suddenly they create a villain, which is kind of a fun, creepy idea.
BL over on YouTube says, Doug, I just watched Kickassia and now I'm here. What a treat. What an absolute delight.
I'll take it.
Gabriel Kane over on Twitch says, The Scrubs comeback airs tonight. I can't wait. Were you ever a fan of the original show?
Yeah, but not a diehard fan. How to put it? I wanted to be a diehard fan, but I always knew there were a few missing pieces to it. And sometimes the main thing is sometimes it would go too cartoony when it didn't need to. And then the bigger one is sometimes it would go too serious when it really didn't need to. That was always really, really distracting for me. But there's a lot of funny stuff in there. I enjoyed a lot of creative stuff too. I mean, I feel like in the early days of the internet, everybody was using clips of Dr. Cox just saying, God knows how many crazy things. So, yeah, I'll wait and see if it has like a good, is it a series or is it just a special?
The like
The
revamp or whatever. I think
Yeah.
it's a whole new series. I don't think it's just a special. I think it's
Okay.
like a comeback, a full comeback.
I'll wait and see what people say about it before I go out my way to watch it.
Yeah, Elite is confirming it's a series.
Okay, yeah, I'll wait. If it's got good buzz, I might check it out.
Movie Mike, thank you for the 500 bits in the MCU. What do you think of Agent Coulson?
Is that the Agents of
Um,
Shield guy? Hold on.
Yeah, I'm pretty
Agent-
sure. I know I'm doing the same thing now.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, that's him.
Clark Gregg.
Yeah, he's good. I like him. Even though he's very likable and I like that actor, it always felt a little lame that they kill him in the first Avengers movie, and then he just comes back for Agents of Shield. I'm like, all right, and they do kind of the same thing with Loki and all these other characters, and it just, I don't know. That is the one thing about these movies that it's impressive when they really did kill off some of these characters that the ones that did legit get some real emotion out of it, they did really get that emotion. Because again, you do just see these people either come back in a different way or like go have a series or something like that. So there is always something that feels a little cheap about it. But again, with that said, it is impressive that they did get the emotions they wanted when they did kill off some characters in Endgame. But there are some they did not get emotions from. I'll get to that when I get to that. But yeah, I think it was kind of a mistake.
TDI Charlie Brown, thank you for the $5 super chat. What's the new addition to Disney-cember going to be this year? And will you cover the rest of the Ernest movies either there or an NC review?
Yeah, that's true. I guess I haven't. Well, so I thought I did all the big screen movies. I thought Ernest Scared Stupid was the last one, but I guess they did like at least one more or two more. So I know they did some straight to video ones. I just saw there's a kind of a funny channel called, I think, This Age Grade is what it's called. And they did Ernest Goes to Africa, which I hadn't seen. And I'm like, all right, now I got to see this movie. But in terms of what the theme is, I'm trying to remember now because I just changed it. I think it's LucasArts. I think we're going to do like, like the Indiana Jones movies and like Howard the Duck and stuff like that. Yeah, I think that's what we agreed on because I just needed something a little easier to do, and there's not a ton of those. And then, like I said, we're gonna do our last our last theme adding to Disney December the following year.
Sean49 Doctor over on Twitch says, Doug, as a John Candy fan, what is your honest opinion on the movie Hot to Trot, where he played a talking horse, and will you do an NC on it?
Well, again, Brad Jones did a very good review on that. So if I don't, you can see it there. I so wanted to see that movie when I was a kid, big time, because I loved Bobcat Goldthwait. I actually didn't know that was John Candy as the horse until I saw it. And it's another one of those where my mom wouldn't let me see it because it's just so stupid. You should see something that's stupid. It was so rare that she say it was always, oh, too much bad language, oh, the rating, oh, but every once in a while she'd say it's just stupid. That's another one she was right about. It's awful. It's so stupid. I don't know how much I can get out of it, or again, how much demand there is for it. It really is something that's kind of perfect for the Cinema Snobs channel, and he did review it, and it is really funny. But I don't know. I just know I remember when I saw it as a kid, I tried to convince myself because I love the Police Academy movies. I love Zed. I love Bobcat Goldthwait, and I love Mr. Ed, so I thought I would love this, and I just so tried to convince myself as I was watching it that I liked it. When I got to the end, I'm like, no, that was terrible. That was so stupid.
Observer is always there. Thank you for the $5 super chat. What's your opinion on the Schumacher cut of Batman Forever? And should it get a theatrical release?
I didn't know it got a DVD release or Blu-ray release. No, I'd be very curious to see it. I've seen some of the deleted scenes, like when he goes and he confronts that big silly looking bat. I would be curious to see it. There is one side, I forget we brought up in the review, but where what he read in the diary was that the father writes, I'm going to stay in tonight. Oh, but Bruce wants to go see a movie. Let's go. And so he carries like that guilt that he might have caused like the death of his parents. I thought that was a huge mistake to leave out of that movie. Granted, it's already a silly movie. So I'm wondering if they leave that in the Schumacher cut. But no, I'd be very curious to check it out.
King Croker asks, Doug, would you ever play the Rockstar game Bully? It's GTA, but for kids.
I've heard it's fun. Maybe one day. There's so many games we have recommended that people want us to play. That is the downside of doing games as opposed to movies. You watch a movie, it's over in a couple hours. A game is like several days of playing. So yeah, it's I like to. It's just we'll see if we get around to it.
Jenny, thank you for the $5 super chat. Hey Doug, what's your favorite Mystery Science Theater 3000 episode?
Let's see. I feel like it's like a three-way toss-up between, I did that like a coin flip, I said three-way toss-up. Merlin's Magical Shop, Space Mutiny, and Manos, The Hands of Fate. One of those. It's so hard for me to choose which one, though.
Bernsey, thank you for the 500 bits. Might you do a first-time watch? Unsure of the title, with Rob of the 3-hour uncut Ridley Scott Napoleon movie.
Unlikely. Yeah, that'll get the clicks. We are doing some of the Avengers movies. Though we're doing the first one, the last one. We were gonna do the ones in between, but Rob got sick. So yeah, even with that said, hopefully he can still do the last one. It might just be one, but yeah, hopefully we'll get that going.
Movie Mike, thank you for the 500 bits. I agree with you about Coulson. His death is what brings the Avengers together, so knowing they bring him back kind of takes away from some of the emotion.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff they do in the MCU with that, even though it's like, oh, but it's not the original, it's another version. I'm like, it's still, I don't know. I guess it kind of varies from, character to character and stuff. But that was a big thing I had with in Endgame, that it's not the same Thanos. It's like another Thanos. So it just doesn't feel as epic or as big. But I will give credit when they bring spoilers, when they bring people back in Endgame. A big surprise they're gonna do that. I like it is like in that universe, it's those specific characters from that universe. So that is nice. I'm glad they knew kind of the importance of that.
Sammy, thank you for the $2 super chat. Any chance you're going to play Poppy Playtime?
Poppy Playtime. Let's see if that rings a bell. Poppy Playtime.
You might recognize it when you see the
so
mascot.
I've seen this character. Yeah, I don't know anything else. I'll be honest, I didn't know it was a game. I didn't know what it was. So that's interesting. When did it get started? When did it
Oh, I don't know.
Okay, because I feel like I've seen it for a hot minute here. Maybe just to see what that's all about. Because, like I said, I've definitely seen that character, the blue thing with the red lips and everything.
Hmm.
Yeah, we'll see.
Burnsy, thank you for the 500 bits. Yes, but Doug, the Marvel movies have redeeming qualities. I want to hear Rob shout, "The whiskey's not helping!"
No, I can't. I don't think there's any of the Avengers movies we watched that like we thought were bad. Age of Ultron is underwhelming. It's hard to say like it's bad. Um, so yeah, we'll see. Again, hopefully we'll see what he says when we get around to Endgame. Hopefully we'll be feeling better by that point.
Neko Hime over on Twitch says, "Hey Doug and Heather, been a fan for several years now. Who's your
Thank you.
favorite Disney sidekick?"
Disney sidekick.
I know, right?
Man, there's
So many.
The first one that pops in my head is probably Iago. I remember really liking Iago quite a bit. I mean, does the genie count?
I think so.
I feel like he's kind of a main character, but yeah, looking for all these other ones. I guess I'll go with that. Either I also, if we're counting Pixar, I like Doug the dog. I thought he was pretty funny.
Oh,
Not just because of the
yeah.
name. But yeah, I think those are pretty good.
Headshot over on YouTube says, "Will you do another straight-to-video Scooby-Doo movies for Nostalgia Ween, like Alien Invaders or Cyber Chase?"
Uh Maybe. I don't know. That's another one where they start to kind of die down the more I did them. But again, I should probably look back and see if they've done numbers, because especially like holiday ones are ones that sometimes I find like, oh, they actually built a lot more because people would go back and watch them for holidays. So I'll look into it.
Soy Sauce, thank you for the $10 super chat. Appreciate
Thank
that.
you.
Longtime fan, first time caller. I think a good Halloween episode sometime might be Rob Zombie's House of a Thousand Corpses, Devil's Rejects, and Three from Hell. Thoughts?
I love those movies. Oh wait, I didn't see Three from Hell. I did see the other two. House of a Thousand Corpses, like when it came out, people were kind of blasé about it or whatever. When I saw it, I'm like, I love this. This is great. But I felt like I couldn't get very far because of the YouTube rules now, where you can't show much gore, you can't really show that much, swearing and stuff like that. So, but Brad did it again, Cinema Snob, on his channel, and he got by okay with it. Though I don't think he showed much of the gore. So we'll see. But yeah, those first two movies I really, really like. I haven't seen the last one, but yeah, those are two I really, really enjoy.
Matt Gamer over on Twitch says, "I'll do you one better. Why is Avengers Month?"
Because money.
Stacy over on YouTube says, "Have you seen the animated short Snow Bear? It's really heartwarming and was directed by Aaron Blaise, a Disney animator who worked on Brother Bear. It's well-made short and it's free on YouTube."
I think so. Yes, I did see this. I liked it quite a bit. And again, it's always nice to see hand-drawn animation. One of these people did I think I saw it on Prime or something. It's like one about a tiger. It looks like a similar style, so the hand-drawn. It was a Disney animator that I haven't checked out yet. I mean, that one you got to pay for it, but I was also like, yeah, man, just to see these again is really, really nice. I mean, not just hand-drawn animation, but like from a Disney animator. It's really, really cool to see.
Gabriel Kane over on Twitch says, "I know you weren't crazy over the transporter, but man, when I tell you films 2 and 3 are insane. Second film predicted COVID practically. You would not believe it."
Honestly, I can't remember I've seen all of the first transporter. I remember seeing some. I remember seeing the opening with the getaway scene. I remember the girl in the trunk and everything, but like I can't remember anything else about it. So I'm kind of wondering if I've even seen the rest of it. I think it was one of those where we kept putting it on a poll because it's one of those where people you're like, it's okay, or it's awesome, man. So we just kept putting it on a poll, and it just never got that many votes. So I kind of just went to it. But no, I think Jason Statham's a lot of fun, and there might be something to it. So yeah, at the very least, I'll double check, see if I actually have seen all the first one.
Geodude over on YouTube says, "Hey Doug, have you seen the movie Precious 2009? It's one of those films I can only see once because of how real the abuse the main character was going through. What do you think of the film?"
I mean, what you said, it's very good, but it is rough to watch. That's another one where they don't really show anything, but just kind of the emotion they get across during those moments. It's like, yeah, even though they're not showing anything, you were just feeling it so heavily. So it is very, very effective. Yeah, I remember being a really good movie.
Power Gamer over on Twitch says, "You once said that Hot Fuzz is your favorite comedy movie ever. And as someone who watched it for the first time a few months ago, I don't think that's enough praise because it is one of the best things I've seen in my life."
It's so great because the more you watch it, the more you keep noticing stuff in the background, in the foreground, or something they said really quick. It's a great film to have closed captioning on because you just see somebody said something. It's like, oh, I didn't know that person said that there. Okay. So no, it's so good. It's so great.
Jason over on YouTube says, I just lost it. Where did it go? There we go. Which movie are you most excited for this year? We got a pretty good roster since 2023.
Yeah, let me I know there's a lot coming out, and then I always forget what it is. So I forget, is Spider-Verse coming out?
No, I think it's 2027.
Yeah, okay. Let's see. A Brand New Day I'm interested in. Um let's see. A Supergirl I'm a little curious about. I'm not like, crazy like, oh my god, but I'm curious about it. The Mario Galaxy movie I'm curious about too.
I'm
Let's say
curious
there's
about
like
the
an
Odyssey.
yeah, like I'm sure I'll be fine. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. It's one of those things where it's like I'm not like. I guess I'm curious how he's gonna do it. The more I think about it. Like with his
Yeah.
style of writing, that because the Odyssey and Christopher Nolan writing, it doesn't sound like those go together. So I guess it'll be neat to see. Um, yeah, that's right. That weird Street Fighter movie's coming out. Yes, there's a. Oh, and then I forgot Dune's coming out.
Oh,
That's
heck yeah.
right. Yeah.
Project
Um,
Hail Mary's coming out pretty soon, and I know my husband in particular is very excited about that.
yeah, I guess so. Has he read the book?
Yes, he loves the book.
So I guess everyone that's seen the trailer is like, this kind of looks a little lame. I thought it did too, but everyone that's read the book is like, no, the book's really good. So, and there's good people making it too. So I guess I am becoming more and more curious about it. But yeah, there's some movies for you.
The AV Ram, thank you for that 13-month subscription over on Twitch. Welcome back. Appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Have a great time, Doug and Heather. We are. Thank you. JL, thank you for that gifted sub over on Twitch. Appreciate that.
Thank you.
Thank you. I had something and then it went away. Where did it go? There it is. Burnsy says, Doug, is there a John Candy movie you will absolutely not review?
I mean, I'm sure there's a lot that won't review just because it wouldn't get, clicks. In terms of like an ethical level, I'll never review it. I mean, I don't think so.
Drummond over on YouTube says, have you considered to review Arthur and the Mimimoys / Invisibles? It was directed by the writer and director of The Fifth Element.
Yeah, I've heard about it. I know there's some different versions of the movie. Some are a little questionable, I guess. But yeah, I think that's one of the reasons I have. Well, one, I don't know how many people would be interested, and two, I don't know which version I'm kind of supposed to watch, or which one's like the really bad one, or which one I'll get more material out of. So that's made it a little tricky, but we'll see. Because I did Strange Magic a long time ago, and that didn't really do anything. I know it's kind of a similar movie, so but we'll see. It is one I've gotten recommendations for before.
Jed over on YouTube says, hey Doug, did you watch the Upside Down show yet? It's only 13 episodes. If you saw it, what are your thoughts?
I don't think so. I remind myself of the Upside Down show. No, I have not. I'll try to remember to watch it.
Okay, great. And that does bring us to 8 o'clock here.
So sorry we didn't get to any non-paid questions there. It happens every once in a while. Yeah, man, that's actually kind of nice yeah, I mean, I know YouTube's on the fritz or whatever, but it's kind of nice when that happens.
Yeah. But thank you all for joining us. Thank you for
Thank you.
dealing with the random YouTube chat outage that happened at the beginning. I know it was a little frustrating, but we powered through it, chat.
We
We
did.
did it. Um, this is fine. Yes, thank you. Doug is going to be back on Friday playing more Super Mario Galaxy. So if you're interested in watching that, come on back. There's a lot of shouting, some good rage going on, and Toad
That's true.
voices. So
Yes,
it'll be
that's
a
true.
fun Friday. Malcolm is also going to be back on Twitch tomorrow, so come hang out with him. I'll be back on Monday playing more Pokemon ZA. So yeah, come hang out with us. But until then, have a great rest of your day, and we will see y'all later. Bye.
Bye-bye.